Melbourne. Rival sides of the political divide on the rampage. What's brought it to this boiling point? Migration. In Sydney too, people took to the streets.
Why are you so angry?
Because I've had enough.
No, it's not racist at all. It's just about mass immigration and people coming over and not assimilating with the Aussie way of life.
So you're against Muslim migration?
I am Islamophobic.
Yeah, definitely been called a terrorist, as well as being called the N-word.
Nazis are not welcome here. They're hatred. They're bigotry.
Also marching, Australia's neo-Nazis, stoking fear, recruiting and fighting.
Oh my God. What do you say to people who are saying that neo-Nazis have co-opted this movement?
I say that they're proud Australians that are standing up for our country against mass immigration. So long as they're not violent, they're welcome here.
The far right are actually merchants of hate.
The global debate over migration is heating up down under. At a demonstration called March for Australia, we meet Fran Grant and her friend Jerry in Sydney. They've joined a nationwide protest this year against Australia's migration levels.
Fran, why have you come?
Because I love Australia and I'm not happy with what's happening to it at the moment.
What's happening?
There are so many homeless people, veterans on the streets, there's not enough housing, and it looks like the Labor government are continuing to bring in immigrants that I have no problem with if we have the infrastructure to support it, and we don't.
What do you say to people who say that this is a racist rally?
I would say Australians are not racist. It's the governments are telling us that we're racist. We are, the people that are walking today are Aussies. They're true blue Aussies.
I think Australia is a country for Australians. I think we've let enough people in. I think we need to close the gates and let the people who've come here assimilate to our culture.
During COVID, Australia did shut the gates. When it opened back up, 1.4 million people poured back in. But migration levels have now fallen by almost 40%. But not far enough for this crowd. And what's more, far-right extremists and Australia's neo-Nazis are accused of preying on their fears.
These ethnics have formed enclaves, and now
In August, the neo-Nazis used nationwide anti-migration protests to spread messages of hate.
No discussion, we want to send them back to their land.
In Melbourne, neo-Nazi leader Thomas Sewell addressed the crowd.
Maintain our demographics. We don't have a nation at the moment, we've got a halfway house for the world.
And was allegedly part of a coordinated attack on this Indigenous campsite. He was later charged and is currently on bail awaiting trial. All of this is raising concerns anti-migration rallies are being infiltrated by neo-Nazis.
I want them to end mass immigration, protect our heritage, our culture and our way of life. Thank you to everyone for coming. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Love you all!
Couldn't it give your movement a bad name, though, to have neo-Nazis associated with it?
I've been called a Nazi more times than I can count in the last 3 months, and it doesn't bother me anymore. If you want to call me a Nazi, then fine, call me a Nazi.
I'm now going to head to a rally supporting the other side of the debate. It is against racism and pro-migration.
The counter-protest against racism is much smaller.
Always was. Aboriginal land.
Green Senator Mehran Faruqi was born in Pakistan but has been in Australia for more than 40 years.
These marches are just about pushing the far-right, white supremacist, white nationalist and racist agenda. And they are targeting migrants heavily.
And it's become personal.
What is some of the abuse that you've suffered?
It is so broad.
and so horrific, Nicole, that it's hard to express in words, but it's, back to where you came from, to that cesspit, Pakistan, where you belong. You're a terrorist. There are uncountable number of death threats.
Are you worried about your safety?
Of course, this is the place that I call home.
A short drive away in Sydney's eastern suburbs, where property prices are among the highest in the world. Most people aren't worrying about neo-Nazis, but experts say they should be.
Australia has a cost of living crisis. It has a housing affordability crisis, and house prices have jumped exponentially, and work is no longer safe and secure. And in that context, there's a lot of popular discontent.
Australia's intelligence agency, ASIO, warns the rise in nationalist and racist violent extremism is a major security threat to this country and part of a global trend.
I'm now heading out to the multicultural heartland of Sydney. It's areas like this where most new Australians have made their homes.
And tensions about migration are running high. Steve Christo is right in the middle of it.
It's very multicultural. In actual fact, one of the most multicultural areas in Australia.
Steve is the son of Greek Cypriot migrants. He was also at the rally.
And our hospitals and our infrastructure cannot cope.
All we're saying is put a stop to excess immigration until the country's infrastructure can keep up. We can't keep going like this. We have a housing shortage. We can't keep letting people sleep in cars, parks and tents. We can't keep letting people wait in hospital waiting rooms for 12, 14 hours, letting kids learn at school in demountables with no air condition in 40-degree heat.
Why are migrants being blamed or made scapegoats?
No. The government's being blamed for excess migration. Okay, we're not blaming the migrants in the country. Let's be very clear about that. The government is being blamed for letting in 1.4 million migrants in the last 3 years to the point where the country can't cope.
In Australia, 1 in 3 people are born overseas. That's a figure twice as high as the UK. This country prides itself on multiculturalism, but resentment is rising. I'm now on the way to see Fran, who we met at Sydney's March for Australia protest earlier.
What have you got here?
And her cold-blooded friends.
You've got snakes.
5 snakes and 3 goannas. So I've only just recently given away my taipan, death adder and eastern brown.
These are lethal though, some of them, aren't they?
The coastal taipan that I gave away is number 3 in the world, venomous. Look how gorgeous they are.
It's very Australian.
It is.
Some people are calling these rallies racist and saying that the people who go are racist, that they're against refugees and migration. What do you say to that?
My mum was a 10-pound pom. I've got friends that have migrated to this country. They've made a great contribution. Instead of just saying racism, let's just have a look and see what's best for all people that live here now. And that includes the migrants that are already here.
Okay, tell me about this.
I got that after the last rally.
That's very patriotic.
It is. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to be ashamed of loving the country, loving my flag, having Australia Day. And so, bang, that's it. That's what I did.
Fran and Jerry say these protests are patriotic, not racist. That being born in this country, they've won the lottery of life. But now, like many Australians, they believe their lifestyle is slipping away. And as an anti-migration wave ripples through the country, waiting in the wings are Australia's neo-Nazis, who believe their time has come.